And I am live. Happy Friday, everyone. This is a bit of an impromptu live because I felt called to it. I felt inspired. Um, so I want to check in. How is everyone doing? I hope the week went well for everyone. And kind of preparing for our long weekend here in North America. We are um, celebrating a holiday this Monday. So I want you to um, check in and I want you guys to have the best restorative weekend ever. And this live is for you if you're feeling tired, overwhelmed, and out of focus, and you're craving for this weekend to align. You're craving this weekend to feel restored, repaired, and inspired. Because the truth is, we all deserve it, right? We are entitled to have this break and weekend. And it's a matter of calling for it, it's a matter of claiming it, it's a matter of trusting that it will happen. It is available to us to get that switch on, to get that click of feeling we are in the repair and restorative mode. For those who are new here to the group, welcome. This is the Thriving Woman group. It's my way of serving the community of women who wants to get out of the overwhelm, get out of the pattern and the vicious cycle of burnout, and finally going into this thriving mode as a woman, mind, body, spirit, using integrative medicine, which is the combination of Eastern traditional with modern functional and Western medicine. Okay, with that, um, so how do you plan your weekend? Do you look forward to it? And I imagine you would say yes, you look forward to it. And how many of you actually feel looking forward to Monday, looking forward to getting back to work, and looking forward to serving the world? And many times, unfortunately, you got the looking forward to weekend, but the going back to Mondays is the tough one. It either, I always hear like the Monday dread, right? There's a lot of anxiety on Sunday nights. There's a lot of like feeling stressed preparing for Monday. There's a lot of like unable to sleep on a Sunday night because you're already on work mode by Sunday night. And my hope is that with these simple techniques, you can then have a Monday that is showing up to whoever you serve with inspiration, with looking forward to, because you repaired and recovered so fully. You filled up your tank on that weekend. Who would love that, right? I mean, I do. Weekends are just so precious, very very sacred for our family, and we are very intentional how we design our weekend. So I guess that's the first tip. Be intentional on how you spend your weekend. Time is precious. So we worry about like, okay, how do we spend money, right? Like, where do I put my money in? Like the movies, activities for the kids, or eating out. How much are those activities going to cost? Going to the spa, having a massage, um, but also think of time as currency. Like, imagine if you are still um, being paid during the weekend for, I don't know, $300 per hour. If you're paying yourself $300 per hour to $500 per hour, won't you be more intentional on how you spend it? So if it's that kind of high ticket per hour, would you then want to spend it scrolling, worrying, a movie that doesn't really inspire you or make you feel healthier or more engaged or more full and inspired, would you still spend that $500 that hour? So being intentional and knowing the worth of time, what is worth your time? And so go back on those weekends that really felt like you actually gained something from the weekend. And from a functional medicine standpoint, it's spending time in nature because energetically our bodies will feel nurtured and nourished from all these natural energy from the sun, from the grounding energy of the earth, and that's an electromagnetic term. The earth has a ground that can clean your body from all this electromagnetic smog that we are in from your phones, your Wi-Fi, and so all that feeling cluttered and your brain waves are feeling desynchronized, feeling irritable, the earth can take that all in. It can absorb that from you. So, grounding, natural space. So, what serves you? Where do you want to spend your time? Having intention. So, that's my first. The second is keep it as simple as possible. So, especially for moms out there, so a lot of women in this space are moms, and we tend to get excited on like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna go to this event, maybe a park, a hike, splash pad, play dates, and we tend to kind of get in the loop of making it bigger and bigger and bigger, that it becomes this major event that instead of being enjoyable for you, it becomes work. And so, how can you find a balance to engage in activities that is as simple as possible? As simple as possible. Because children, if you're doing it for your children, most kids, the most boring things in the world are the moments that the family actually gets to bond. It's that lull time. And I encourage everyone who are parents here to look up the book Simplicity Parenting. So it's the simplicity and things that can allow us to refocus on relationships, on each other, instead of the getting to the activity. No, the simplicity allows us to settle in, allows us to engage, and that boredom is a brewing space for creativity. And for those moms, this is the perfect opportunity to also retrain your kids versus ADHD to be focused, eliminating all those stimulating things and just being in this simple rhythm of maybe having lemonade in the garden or enjoying breakfast outside, as simple as possible. So, simplicity. Um, and I kind of touched on focus. So, three, focus, no? You don't experience the weekend or you don't experience the life that you live. You experience the life that you focus on. I'll repeat that again so it lands. You don't experience life, you experience the things that you focus on. Because what's real, most of my patients who comes in with anxiety, irritability, depression, um, feeling like they have low libido or kind of stressed about their financial situation, in pain. So a lot of the not going well things, um, that's their focus. And I'm not saying don't give voice to that and don't pay attention. But if that's your focus, that's the only thing you focus on, and not focusing on things that actually work, that are actually going good for you, then you'll experience more of that because you experience the life that you focus on. So, if you want this weekend to be restorative and reparative for you, focus and give space, give attention to what is actually going well for you. Because your heart is probably pumping, you're listening to me, you're probably breathing, you probably have a space, a shelter. There was probably a random stranger who gave you a gesture on opening the door for you. There's probably a friend who thought of you and who wanted to help you. There are so many good things that are happening in the world. So maybe also focusing on good news, having that balance of good news and news that we need to improve on in the world, but create that intentional time of finding out, focusing on what's happening that's good. And neurochemically, when we focus on what's good, then our body will respond. Then our tissues, our muscle will repair more pleasurably, more organized. Your brain waves will feel relaxed. And then it will feel more at peace. So focus. So you can use your mind and memory, or you can use your body. Where do you want to focus in your body that is serving you, that is going so well for you? And the other thing, so that's intention, that's simplicity, focus, and the fourth is the cuddle hormones, the yumminess. Create space for maybe romance, sex, having the intention of having that cuddle time, either with yourself, with your children, with your partner, because that will create that oxytocin hormone of pleasure. And because we're so used to in the week of doing, no, of that checklist check, we have so much pleasure, and it kind of becomes addictive to be in the doing mode, but be in the undoing, the unthinking, and just feeling of orgasm, of that cuddle. And you don't need to work for that, you just need to receive it. Yeah. So, sex and cuddle, and of course, sleep. Our superpower, our number one superpower is sleep. We tend to, and understandably, we tend to sleep later in the day during, and even our kids, no, we have that allowance to stay awake longer. But protect your sleep, because it's sleep where we integrate, it's sleep where we repair, it's sleep where we hit that save button, that save button of uh, whatever you experienced in that weekend that you loved, that you enjoyed, will be long-term memory, will be saved in this area of the brain called hippocampus. So that will be stored for the long term. which means you learned the lesson and you remember that when you enjoy the weekend, it feels good. And so you create more of that because your brain remembered, like, no, no, this is that kind of weekend that we want. And imagine a Monday waking up with a smile because you still protected your sleep. Imagine waking up like, oh, that was the best weekend ever. It was a balance of doing and undoing. It was a balance of um, connecting to others and myself. And so you're filled. You're so filled. And you sleep on Sunday smiling that that was such a soulful, sweet, orgasmic weekend. And I am so ready to serve the world on Monday. And you wake up Monday feeling so refreshed, feeling ready to show up in the world. And so that is my message for this long weekend. Although Monday, for most of you, will have no work. So, with that, I wish you a very restorative, soulful weekend. If you need more help and how to exactly strategize creating more um, peace, creating more self love, creating more of that thriving feeling as a woman, I am here to support you. Direct message me. I love to connect. I love to hear how things are going and how I can serve you more. I mean it. I mean it, like literally. Some of you are direct messaging me, and I really want to get to know each and every one of you. Again, this is Dr. Patricia, your integrative medicine women's health specialist, and I wish you a very, very restful weekend. Thank you. Bye.